whenever you do something like this and you succeed, there's an awful sense of accomplishment.
Fundamentally, in the UK, education just isn't fair. The wealth of your parents has a massive impact on your quality of life. So Teach First is a charity that exists to try and tackle that challenge, tackle that problem. The financing that we're providing with Teach First is hugely important. However, it's also really important that we find other ways to support the Teach First mission, and we can do that by volunteering. By becoming a coach, an IG employee, just like you, can come and support one of those teachers.
I used myself to be a teacher, so I have some experience in that area, and therefore I felt I could probably aid a teacher better than some of the other positions were available. There is a big issue with new teachers and self-confidence, so we worked on that, and we worked on the time management, and anything else that the coachee wanted to bring up, we covered.
One really awesome way to get involved is to do a classroom session.
It was basically just sort of like a walkthrough of our lives, from being students to choosing A-levels to choosing a university course and eventually ending up at IG, how we ended up here, why we chose what we chose, and I guess any advice.
You can support a student with their university applications.
So they get an opportunity to fill in an application form for a hypothetical job or for a college application. And the task that we were involved in was to look at their responses and to give them video feedback to help them improve their answers and develop some of the ideas that they'd thought about in their responses.
And students who are, year 9, year 10, they've probably not thought so much about the world ahead and what they have to prepare for, and they're thinking very much in a classroom frame of mind. So why are they good at maths, why are they good at English? And you're, I guess, helping them think a bit longer term and outside the box and what soft skills kind of mean.
For me, I really felt that I was giving them my take on their responses, but more than that, I was encouraging them to take those steps and to be proud of what they've done so far.
It really opened my eyes to how the small world that they're in and they're exposed to, and how even a little bit of time from me or from other Teach First volunteers could really open their eyes to opportunities and to points of view they might never have come across.
We are hoping, COVID allowing, to have a few groups of students coming into our offices to have a look around and spend a day with us, learning all about IG Group. I was a teacher for a while on the Teach First programme, and I know firsthand how terrifying it can be to get in front of the students. But it's also incredibly rewarding. They're funny, they bring a lot of energy, they ask sort of questions that you wouldn't expect.
I thought it would perhaps be a case of just giving my knowledge and sharing my experience. You really have to put yourself in another person's shoes, in a student's shoes, someone younger, someone from a completely different walk of life, and you have to really think about how you want your message to be delivered and received by them, which was tougher than I thought.
Whenever I volunteer for anything like this, I'm really nervous. I'm like, what value can I add? Like, I'm not an expert at anything or whatever. You'd be surprised, like, what kind of stuff we take for granted. Maybe you forget, but when you were a student and stuff like that, you didn't really have that skill. So I just say, like, open mind and like, go into it, just say whatever they ask me to do, I'll do it, and you will be able to do it. And if not, there's a lot of support.
Do it. It needs to be done. If you have the time and you're prepared to make the commitment, you will gain enormously from it, and you will be doing some genuine good in the world.
It does challenge you, but I think it's really rewarding, and I think it's such a great opportunity that, we're going about our day-to-day lives. You can still crack on with your work, and this just can be incorporated really nicely.
Education is so fundamental, so important for the growth of children, that we have to put everything we can into it, and supporting the teachers as much as we can is something that I genuinely believe is necessary.